Most people are trying to change their lives while staying stuck in the same nervous system. They think more positively, work harder, force motivation, repeat affirmations, visualize success. But deep down their body is still running the same patterns, their mind is still reactive. The subconscious mind still believes the same old story. Why does nothing ever really change? Why do I keep failing? Why do we keep doing the same thing over and over? The same patterns? Why does it feel like I'm stuck in the same reality? And this is why manifestation often doesn't work. Because manifestation is not about thinking differently. It's about becoming differently. And most people live on autopilot, reacting to stress, reacting to thoughts, reacting to emotions, reacting to the outside world. And when you live in a state that long enough, your brain becomes wired for repetition. The same thoughts, the same emotions, the same behaviors. You don't consciously create your reality, you unconsciously repeating it. Now, if you read Neville Goddard or follow Joe Dispenza, you already know this. Feeling is the secret. The body becomes conditioned with the past. But here's what most people miss. You can't think your way out of a pattern that the body is still living in. A simple example is you cannot sit at home visualizing a six-pack and while repeating affirmation all day and expect your body to magically change and have a six-pack. But if you repeat it and visualize yourself as healthy, disciplined, strong, energetic, over time that identity begins influencing your behavior. You start making different choices, eating differently, training differently, and showing up differently. Not because the universe just magically gave six-pack and you wake up like, hey, I'm in it. But because your nervous system and your behavior and your identity slowly became aligned with a different version of yourself. And this is where Yoga Nidra becomes powerful. Because Yoga Nidra isn't just relaxation. It is a practice that takes you to the exact state Neville Goddard called the theta. That is the doorway between waking and sleep. The same state Joe Dispenza described as the gateway of the subconscious. And yogis have been training this state for thousands of years. And when the nervous system enters deep relaxation, then the brain shifts into theta. And in theta, something important happens. The subconscious opens up, neuroplasticity increases, and the body becomes available to learn a new pattern. This is why affirmations alone often fail. You repeat them with a tense body, with a busy mind, with a nervous system that's still locked in survival. The words never reach the layer where real change can happen. But in Yoga Nidra, you're not only forcing anything, you relax. You relax the body, you calm the nervous system, and you quiet the noise of the mind. And in that state, there's the practice we call a Sankalpa, a deep intention. Not a goal from the thinking mind, but a direction of who you want to become. This is the original I am, long before modern manifestation existed. And when that intention lands in the relaxed, receptive nervous system, the nervous system begins learning a new pattern. Not through force, but through repetition in the right state. Here's the part most people get wrong about manifestation. You don't create what you say you want. You create from what you repeatedly feel, believe, and identify with internally. When the body lives in tension, in doubt, fear, you act from survival, and then you make survival choices, and you attract survival outcomes. But when the nervous system becomes calm, and a new identity is practiced consistently, and in that state, the new belief stops feeling imaginary, it starts feeling familiar, possible, safe, and real. And once the body believes in a new reality, it is possible that your behavior starts changing. You speak differently, you carry yourself differently, you notice different opportunities, and you stop reacting from the old patterns. This is the missing piece. Neville gave you the imagination. Joe gave you the science. Yoga Nidra gives you the nervous system. It gives you the tool. You still need action, but there's a difference between having direction by fear and action coming from a calm alignment place. One creates burnout, and the other creates direction. Over time, the body memorizes a new state, a new feeling, a new identity. And eventually, that state stops feeling like you're trying to do something, like you're trying to create something. It becomes who you are. From that place, your actions, your choices, your perception, and your life begin changing naturally. Not because you force reality to change, but because you change the state from which you live. That is exactly what Yoga Nidra trains. You stop chasing and start becoming. If you want to experience this for yourself, I've guided a free Yoga Nidra session here on the channel. Start with one practice daily for 21 days. Not to force anything, but to teach your nervous system that the new identity is safe. And that's where Neville's living in the end and Joe's becoming someone else finally come together in a body that believes it.